You know what, though? Her needing a lot of help is thematic. That is also an in-universe thing. 157,000. Okay, that's more special. She could have gone higher if I was able to use Chester's ultimate first. All right, it's finally time. I have built Ashiro. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, you're barely getting around to showcasing her. Well, if you know anything about what I've done before on the channel, because I've done so many videos, I did at one point showcase Ashiro, and the main focus on that was to talk about how clunky she is with the mechanics she has. But she was the last 5-star that I had not built, and I was like, all right, I'll finally get around to doing it. And so let me know in the comments down below, aside from whatever new character is most likely releasing next week. So yes, when you ask me this, it'll be a next week thing. But what other characters do you want to see me build? I slowly started to build Iharu here because he's a cool character from the series, just not the best representation of the game right now. Maybe at some point, hopefully sooner than later, we will get a 5-star version of him. But anyway, let me know. Also, if you have any like team recommendations you want to see, for example, I'm going to be doing some of the squad-based teams from the anime as well in some videos. If there's anything like that you want to see or any wonky ideas you may have, but maybe not have had the ability to showcase or test out yourself and you would like to see a showcase for, let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's go ahead and get going here. So really quick, I'm going to be watching it on the side. It's been a while since I've recorded, or a few days anyway, but I'm going to be watching it. So if it freezes by any means, I am on it. Just give me like a second or so. So we are going into Fierce Battle Arena Permanent. We'll also go into my normal testing grounds just to see the potential damage in Limited too. So I do still, like I've explained several times, like to test out in Limited because it allows for me to gauge the output of the characters in a format that I am familiar with. And we will be getting new stages in this, and I'll probably still be trying on this normal stage until the levels for the characters get so high that we kind of have no choice but to move on overall. If this is your first time here, make sure you do hit that subscribe, as 80% of viewers are missing out by not being subscribed to the channel. And we cover basically everything that there is to know and see on this game. So you definitely don't want to miss out, again, by not being subscribed. If you are a regular viewer, I want to say thank you so much for your support continually. I do appreciate it. It does mean the world to me. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that thumbs up as well. The like goal for today's video will be 200. Let's go ahead and go in here and set up Ashiro and see how she looks. So, this is not, wait a minute, hold on. This is Limited, isn't it? Okay, so I did this kind of out of order because I was too busy talking. Let's get out of here. I don't have a problem showing Limited, but I would probably do it on the second stage because what would happen is I don't need to show her against those grunts, right? I just want to show her against the big guy, and it froze already, so that's what I was talking about. I am on it. I don't know why that's a thing in OBS, the software that we use to record videos. Let's get into Permanent here, excuse me. That's because I set this up on my phone, and the phone stuff didn't transfer here. Like, my phone has different parties and all that stuff already in here. So we will bring back 4-star Ashiro. We'll bring in Chester. We've got all the best supports. So she's going to show what she can really do here in a single format. Now, if you know anything about this Ashiro, she was designed to be a single target, big kaiju boss killer, which is pretty, you know, thematic. That absolutely ties into the character in the series. Wait, does he actually classify as a giant kaiju? Because he's not huge. I don't think he doesn't right now. You have to actually fight the other Kaiju 10. Yeah, he's a humanoid here. So this is like one of the rare instances where I will actually back out of here again and take her into the actual giant one, because we will be just missing a chunk of stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here and we'll be right back. All right, while these guys take care of this, might as well take this opportunity. Download and get started today on a brand new account for Raid Shadow Legends using my code down below in the description. You'll help me out tremendously, and I greatly appreciate it. And when you do, you'll get access to Ellen Ariel, the legendary, at the sign up. You'll also get Ugo, an epic champion, at level 10, Lightsworn, another epic, at level 20, and Tagore, an epic, at level 30. You also can use Desert Queen to unlock the legendary Tuhanarok. Get started today and get over $200 worth of free goodies, and it helps me out again tremendously, so I'd greatly appreciate it. So I've just let it go in the background. Nothing changed. All I did was run that promo. They're still not done. They should have been done by now. I was hoping that would line up perfectly. Anyway, yeah, they actually are sponsoring the channel on a wide scale, so it's really cool. I can't stress that enough. So if you haven't checked it out, I do understand it's a meme. I do understand all that stuff. It's extremely fun, though. It is my most played game these days, aside from maybe Marvel Strike Force, but I digress. Check it out. Link down below in the description. It does help me out directly, tremendously, so thank you. All right, so Hoshina wrapped there, and we are going to turn off the auto and see what Ashiro can do? Well, double Ashiro, right? So that's going to be fun. I don't very often have to try against this kaiju, so maybe, I don't know. We don't ever really test against this version of this kaiju. But we needed to get that extra boon, right, for the giant kaiju. So we're going to fight here. Hopefully it doesn't change too much. If his defense is much higher, which I don't know that it is, it probably is, to be honest, then that would impact her output. All right, so let's go ahead and get going with, frankly, it's a little bit early. I'll wait one more turn for her anyway. Frankly, I can do it here too. Might as well get a slash. We don't have much slash, so I'll take that opportunity. So Ashiro, I didn't go over her kit, but firstly, she starts off with a focus stack. So when she gets 3 stacks, she's able to get the crit bonus. The problem is you can't determine when the crit bonus pops off. So naturally, unless you have a lot of ultimate gauge charge rate on things like her uniparts, which I didn't cover, but this is her set. I do like speed, but I really wanted ultimate gauge in the centerpiece. Couldn't get it. It is what it is. Unless you have that going on, it's kind of hard for her to do it. Now, her weapon does have some of that in here too, but it's simply not enough. I think this is a fully limit broken weapon as well. Yeah, so like that, I think that's what these are right here. I can't really tell. Anyway, so I'm pretty sure this is fully limit broken weapon, but that's, so like you don't want that to happen because what winds up happening is she basically gets the following turn and does not have the 100% crit chance anymore. So anyway, if you get follow-up attacks, that works. Like you can get follow-ups and have that work for you and be something that you can do. All right, so let's go ahead and go over her kit very briefly here. So when attacking a giant class kaiju, which the enemy should be at this point, he was in giant form, this unit's damage dealt goes up by nearly 30%. Her skills are level 8. I didn't have the kaiju cores. After activating a normal or combat, applies 1 stack of focus. So she's forced to pick this up by doing her basic functions, right? When focus is at max, she gets 100% crit rate for 1 turn. That crit rate will apply for like follow-ups and whatever else for the duration of that turn, so that's nice. After applying buff to this unit based on the effects of focus, consumes all the focus stacks. And then reload here, this is extra passive at the start of the battle, starts with 1 stack. By the way, this is low-key one of the things that makes her really tricky to use. This is almost not even good. Like it seems good, but it's almost not good. Because it would slow her down if she didn't have that, which is actually ironically the fix. It is the fix. Either speed her up more or slow her down. While HP remaining is 80% or more, this unit's attack is 15%. Or plus. This unit's attack plus 15%. Follow-up attack, basic. Her ultimate here, deals shot damage equal to 382% of this unit's attack to a single kaiju. After attacking, it applies a damage reduction effect to this unit. After activating the ultimate, applies a speed bonus for 15% for 2 turns to her. After defeating a kaiju with the ultimate gauge goes up. So the speed and the ultimate gauge help her get to her second ultimate faster, is what they're trying to imply here. So they really want her to be a wave clearer. So I think what would be best with her is to maybe target the side pieces. And regardless of if she has her stacks or not for focus, you want to defeat those side pieces and get her going that way as well. But Akari Minase also really helps, like I've explained before. Her combat skill is a buff skill for her. Applies damage dealt and normal attack damage multiplier plus 23%. Normal attack specifically is kind of funny, but whatever. And then her normal attack is just a basic normal attack. So she's not, I mean, when you really break her down, she doesn't really have a lot in here, right? There's just not a lot. Before the equipped unit activates a normal attack, applies 18% and ultimate charge to the unit. So with the weapon, for the record, it pretty much screams use the normal attack turn 1 because you get that ultimate charge. And the normal attack has a better ultimate gain. So they also okay, it froze here. I see that it froze. They also de-incentivize even using the combat skill at all. Until it's your final turn, because you need to get this off. So really what it is this is where her starting with 1 stack sucks. But in theory, it should be normal combat ultimate. That's what it should be. But her normal is 90, and then her ultimate gives her her weapon, gives her another 10%. So it is what it is. All right, let's go for these side guys. Well, it doesn't necessarily matter because I'm not going to throw the ultimate, but it's all right. Dude, it froze again? What the dude, come on now. I got to actually watch that screen. My bad. Like, I can't, that's the recording software. Like, I can't really do anything about that. It just started doing that. I'll have to figure out another software alternative to screen record. It's really annoying. Or maybe I could use my phone. So we did use her normal attack last time. Just keep an eye on her ultimate gauge. We're going to start getting her supports set up as well. So she's going to obviously start doing more and more. We'll give her this as well from Hoshina. And again, we'll go for another normal here. Actually, a normal here would be good for a follow-up, potentially. If I could get the break with Chester. Can I do that? Did Chester do his skill? He did. Interesting. Okay, so maybe I can actually do that instead. You would, like, her ultimate has a solid modifier. Her attack stat is solid, too. Like, she actually could get higher. She's going to be, like, I mean, she's by default close to, like, 3,000 attack, like 2,800. But if she had a better arm unipart, like 30% or something, she'd be close to 3,000, like, literally. She's, like, 27 something. She's got a high attack stat, but like you would think she would be just a smidge higher, but she's not. What level is the enemy here, by the way? Is he not level 90? Because my characters have taken a good amount of damage. He is level 90. Okay, well, those 4 stars have taken decent damage. So we'll get the discreet here. I don't necessarily care a ton about that. Oh, yeah, so this actually lined up great. So this lined up perfectly. Okay, we'll get that. He is shy of his ultimate, which oh, son of a bit. Are you kidding me? Okay, she's got her ultimate, but we're going to take a hit. Unfortunate. Oh, no, I got the Ashiros mixed up. That's what it is. Like, it's right here. So I can't do anything else. I need to make sure her next move is her ultimate, basically. She's got one more attack right here, but it doesn't really matter. So I need to make sure she goes and does what she wants to do there. Okay. Chester can go. And then Chester and Ashiro will get their ultimates. All right, so it's Ashiro's turn, and unfortunately, yeah, this lined up the way I thought. She lost that stack and had to restart over. Now, if she still crits, it doesn't necessarily matter all that much. It's not the biggest of deals if she still crits. Let's see what she does here, and then I'll try to reset this. She's got decent crit rate still regardless because she's with Hoshina. So, like, if she crits anyway, like I said, it doesn't matter a ton. She got an attack increase there. Here's a look at her stats overall. Normal attack, so whatever. Damage dealt, blast attack damage. That's not relevant, but single attack is. Another damage dealt there. Ultimate charge, crit rate up, speed up, attack up. She's got 60% attack there from the other Ashiro. 18% attack there. She's got the field ops showing. She's got the morale boost from the other Ashiro. I mean, this is a mega buffed Ashiro. This is, if she crits here, then it doesn't matter that she missed her turn or for the optimal turn of this, but this is basically as good as it gets. This is just what I gotta increase his damage dealt and normal attack. I'm pretty sure that that's already on her, right? Because I could technically use that and then follow directly after, but I'm pretty sure we've got that on already. Reload complete. Let's see if that's in here. Yeah, so she's already got that in here. Okay, so no point in using that. Let's go straight for it. Stupid Ashiros, man. I'm getting them confused on their icons, and it's really annoying. It's actually super annoying. Come on, crit for me! And she did not crit. Did she? She did 97, but the text in the background was yellow, but the front text was white, so maybe she did crit? I don't know. That was kind of weird. I've seen and been able to tell many crits, but that one, I don't know that I got a good look at it. I don't know. It just was weird. All right, let's go back in. But she did, what, 97? So, I mean, that's not bad. It's not special, but it's not bad, right? It's about what I would expect. But the thing is that she should be better against big kaiju because not only did she have all those buffs, she also had the extra 30% from attacking a giant kaiju. So, like, she should be better, right? Like, it just is what it is. She should be better, right? Focus is only for pure crit rate. So, like, it's nice to get it, and I've spent time explaining, like, what happens. It's nice to get, but if she doesn't get it, it shouldn't be the end of the world, right? Assuming she crits anyway. It's just you don't have to deal with that RNG of critting or not if you get it, right? So, I don't know. Let's try again here. We'll see if we can line this up properly this time. It just doesn't work if she doesn't use her normals. Like, it just will not work if she's not getting normals. So, let's go here. I'll have Hoshina break that side one, actually. That'd be great. So she can get a follow-up. I need her to get follow-ups. Or normals, yes, because the normals get the extra rate, but she needs follow-ups, too. That's also part of it. She got a 20k follow-up to delete him. You saw how much that filled her gauge, though? Like, that, ooh, okay, so she's got 2 stacks. She'll get the third one from her next move. That actually, this is where, like, seeing what it is should be good, but I think she's close enough to where this gives her the ultimate. The follow-up made all the difference. No, she's just shot. Dude, she's at like 295 out of 300. God, that's so annoying that you can't tell what the actual number is, bro. I've said that so many times. It's really annoying that you can't see what the actual stupid number is. All right. But her effect is now active. And she's right here. She's ready to go. Her effect is now active. She technically does not have her ultimate. And we're not fully ready anyway because her passive is just too fast. Like, I don't even have all my buffs set up. She's not really ready. I've got decisions to make here. I could force a break here, but my Hoshina is not done. Like, I'm gonna prioritize Hoshina. Oh, okay, it froze. I used Hoshina's combat skill. I was debating on getting him to attack there. So we can now use the ultimate. I didn't consider that. That's a 2-for-1. I'll take it. Ashiro gets sped up and jumps Chester, it looks like, which is not great. It's actually not great. Okay, she's not jumping him. She did get the ultimate. Did that come from... Does Hoshina have ultimate charge rate in there? He's got so many things in his stupid buddy kit. It's hard to keep track of. He's got to have ultimate charge rate in here then. Yeah. There it is. After activating the ultimate. See, this... You see how much help she needs? Oh my god, dude. She needs so much help. All right, let's see what she could do here, dude. She's going to delete him. That's going to hit really hard. And the fun thing is Chester's ultimate did not even go off. So this will kill. You know what, though? Her needing a lot of help is thematic. That is also an in-universe thing. 157,000. Okay, that's more special. She could have gone higher if I was able to use Chester's ultimate first. But this is why I always say the character is freaking clunky, bro. That's why. Because you got to jump through hoops. You don't have to jump through hoops like that for literally anybody else. The only other character that's remotely similar to that in terms of jumping through hoops is Rin. And that's because Rin wants to be against 3 enemies. But like, if not, there's just not 3 enemies, right? Like, you can't do anything against that if there's just not 3 enemies. It is what it is. I'll go into a normal stage and see how Ashiro functions. But yeah, like, you have to be really strategic with her. And that's not inherently a bad thing, but it is when compared to everything else. Like, the fact that it requires strategic gameplay is not necessarily a problem. I don't have a problem with that. Figuring out the puzzle of how to make it work is fine. It's just when you have characters like Hoshina, for example, the other Hoshina, the good one, they're all good, I guess, but, number 10, who just comes in and does what she does, but just does it instantly without any setup, really. Like, you just go, right? Only thing you need to worry about is making sure you got 3 enemies or less. And if that means that you need to use the ultimate to delete the 3rd enemy, then you do it. Or 2 enemies or less. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just not worth it, in my opinion. But I will say that again, 160 with the potential to go higher. She could maybe have done like 180, give or take. Maybe if her crit damage was a smidge higher, she would have broke 200, which is absolutely great. Don't get me wrong. That is absolutely great. Because not many characters are hitting close to 200. But I had some decisions to make there. Maybe, no. I kind of clicked her ultimate before Chester's because I was wondering if she would lose that 100% crit chance if I waited a little bit longer. And I kind of took the safe route out. I could have got Chester in there first, but Chester's turn was after. He needed one more turn. It would have took me like clicking extremely quickly. So I could have done it, I guess. Anyway, I can't recall if I did that last time or not. Also, I think it's kind of silly that she needs to use her normal attack, the other Ashiro, for the first couple of turns. If she's got her weapon, which, by the way, if you don't have her weapon, then you're kind of screwed if you're trying to use her. You almost have to use Akari Minase and 4-star Hoshina. Like, you almost have to use those characters if you're going to try that. 1, we'll go 2. The support stuff doesn't really matter a ton right now. I mostly need to get breaks. She's already got her 100%, by the way, so this will crit right here. Follow up, Potion has got his ult now. I'll actually get a little bit of support in here. I'll let her use her ultimate as well afterwards. The only problem with using Hoshina's here is I don't get that 25, but I wanted the extra attack here, so greedy, sure, greedy. All right, so we got that going. Let's give her this bonus too. We'll give her this as well. Does she already have morale? Maybe she has morale. Let me confirm. She does not have morale. Okay, so we'll give her morale. No, she's good. Let's go for this now. She's not going to delete this mini kaiju. 126, but she crit, so it deleted. Okay, I saw it froze. Sorry about that. Glad I got it in time. She didn't delete she wasn't going to delete the mini kaiju if she did not crit, but thankfully she did. Despite the fact she did not have her stacks anymore. So it was fine. Because, I mean, the character still has her own crit chance, right? So that's useful. She did pen damage there, so that's nice. Don't really pay much attention to the fact that she can do that. Totally forget. Because she's just not a DPS, but she did penetration damage. She had that red outline you see a lot with other characters. We got the good follow-up. So, okay, so this is where Ashiro actually is pretty strong. Admittedly, that's where Ashiro is pretty strong. She's actually about to get another ultimate on time. So maybe what it is with Ashiro is you have to get that extra one. You have to get that other one like I was talking about. You have to get her multiple shots off, which makes sense. Similar to the anime, right? She in her first big appearance, she takes out this big old thing and gets multiple shots off. Like, you've got to get multiple shots off. Because after that first one, like I brought up here, after defeating a kaiju, her gauge goes up. And she also has to kill with it. So that's still clunky. It's still, like, there's no way around it. It's clunky. And it's hyper specific. But I guess when looking through a certain lens, it does make sense. Like, for example, right here, I can ensure a kill. And that would get me a quick 50. And then Hoshina's ult will give me another 25. So I can ensure a kill. So going into the next wave, even though that was kind of a waste of an ultimate otherwise, because I would rather just use it here, going into the next wave, she's already charged up a little bit. So, I mean, that's useful when used that way, admittedly. Like, I'm not here because I hate the character or any character in particular. I'm not biased in any way for the characters. But, at least I try not to be. But I'm going to call it like I see it, right? Okay, speed bonuses and all that stuff popped in. Let's go for a normal here. She did 50k on her normal. That was pretty good. I'll give her that one. That was really good. We got the discreet encouragement as well, so that's nice. Let's get going with the buffs. She's on turn 2 here. I mean, technically the kit reads in a way where you kind of want to start with the enhanced skill so you can get the normal attacks to do more damage. But the normal attacks just charge so much more. It's almost criminal. Like, she's... okay, I'm not going to do it anymore. I've been doing it too. I'm not going to even bother. There's no point. It's just no point. All right, let's give her another morale boost in case she just ran out. I don't know. I feel like I'm able to poke a lot of holes in her kit. But you know what? I'll be honest. I think a simple, like, balance adjustment to just patch her over would be fine. But I'm not sure this was an intentional design. Like, they clearly had an idea for how they wanted to make this character work. Oh, son of a gun. She's a turn early because I used the ultimate here. Okay. Well, if she crits, we're fine. I just don't know if she'll crit or not. This is me on autopilot. I'm a turn early. God dang it, man. Where was her natural turn? Was right there. I mean, I could maybe close the game and come back. I'm not sure because I haven't used it. I don't think it'd be triggered. You know what? This game also needs a cancel button. Like, why the hell is there not a cancel button on that? She's got 7 out of 15 stacks on Fury, which is something we don't really talk about. Where is that even at in her passive? Where the flying flabbergaster is Fury? Is that the weapon skill? Where is that? Where is she getting that from? Where the hell is that buff coming from? Is that Hoshina? I'm not sure where that's coming from. Fury of Inheritance. I mean, it's one of these characters' skills. These damn characters just do so much. I don't know where that's coming from. Okay, well, all right. I'm going to quit. We'll be right back. Okay, so it did not load with that. I was able to come back in, and so what happened was Chester's turn unfolded, and then I used Hoshina's combat skill again, and I made sure that she took that turn first, and now we got the third stack, and she's now at this. So it did load up the right way, I thought, from closing the game completely. So we've got mostly everything. I got to see where the hell that's coming from, but it's nice. Speed, crit. So she got 100% crit, so the others doesn't matter. Ultimate gauge, damage, single target, blast attack, and then damage dealt as well. He's not a giant kaiju, so not going to be that, but she is going to get the crit, so we'll see what happens here. Okay, 96. That's not her forte in terms of like content type. They're getting pressured here, so I'm going to have to wrap. Not her specific type of content that she's great at, so I'm not really mad at that. Let me go ahead and do this. I'll put it on auto from here. 66k on the follow-up is fine. Very fine. Yeah, that's a good follow-up. I realized I was underselling it, so I had to bring it back up a little bit. I was underselling. It's because I got a text at the same exact moment she did that, so I kind of looked up and it was 66. I wonder if she'll get another turn with the ultimate. Okay, there it is. Okay. I don't know where her stacks are at. I'm not managing it, but hopefully she crits. She does not crit. So when she doesn't crit, of course, she looks much more like a normal character. So much of it is in there. So like this is probably the most wonky showcase I've ever done. Frankly, I'm pretty sure it is. Because firstly, it's very specific. Like, you need to be against giant class kaiju to really get her to show what she can do, firstly. Secondly, you gotta obviously get the Sagan come flying in. What the hell? Did you guys see that? She just came flying in. Secondly, you gotta still get all of her support stuff, which is normal. That's what I do for every character. I want to see what they look like at their absolute peak. Best scenario. But with that being said, in her best scenario, I have to do a lot of things. I have to set up a certain amount of things. I got to track this, track that. So it's just a lot to it. So general assessment on Ashiro is as follows. Firstly, I did think it was impressive that I got to go back and confirm, but I'm pretty positive she didn't have Chester's ultimate buff, which is nice, right? So general assessment was that she did, what was it, 170? Something like that. That was good. That was a very good hit. She could have gone higher with the ultimate buff, with a better arm unipart. She would have been better, right? So keep that in mind. Next, my Ashiro, I didn't bring this up because we kind of just jumped in, has a dupe, which only increases her speed. So there's that. But that's good for her. Like that's good for her second ultimate. Like, her first ultimate's clunky, but I realized as we go, her second ultimate is not as clunky, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I guess. It just depends on what content you're taking on. In raids, aren't you just better using Hoshina, though? That's the thing, though. Like, I'm just better using Hoshina because he'll just do 200,000+ on a normal attack anyway on the combat skill. Now that damage gets modified and insane in raids, but anyway. Shot damage up. The ultimate gauge charge rate there is invaluable. Like, you absolutely need that. But again, 1 dupe there, 4 dupes here. So maxed out Ashiro weapon. So that's another consideration. She could have also done more if her weapon skills were just a smidge higher, or her skills for her abilities, like her ultimate. I really wanted to push these 2 skills to level 10, but I don't have a way to get these kaiju cores. I just can't. There's no way to get those right now. So, at least not for me. So anyway, couldn't really help that, but maybe when I finish that off at some point, I will come back. I see it froze. What a dumb freezing. But yeah, those are unavailable, those kaiju cores. My assessment is as follows. It is what it's been, right? I've said a billion times, I think every character in this game is good. I think you can, even like I've spent the video complaining about how clunky she is, I think you could take mostly any character into mostly any content and be fine. All you need is max levels. I've said this a dozen, trillion, billion, I don't know, so many times. And maybe the only other thing you need is good team synergy. But that's like it. You don't need anything fancy. So with that context in mind, is she like a good usable character? Absolutely. I've never said otherwise. However, for what reason? That's always been my sentiment when it comes to other characters. Is for what reason? Unless you just simply don't have like the 5 other attackers that are better than her, there's no reason to use Ashiro. And I'm serious about like 5. Like, there's no reason. So that's the only assessment, unfortunately. Unless you really love her, of course. Which is unfortunate because I just think that they could have, like I said, it would be pretty easy. Like, if they did just a balance adjustment, maybe honestly take that first stack off. I don't know. The first stack's kind of weird because, like I said, later on, maybe it's not as big of a deal. But in the first ultimate, it does ruin her. And then they try to give her speed and stuff like that. That doesn't help the first turn. The first ultimate is just going to be clunky almost no matter what, unless she gets follow-ups. You have to get follow-ups. Like, I'm pretty sure I showed that earlier. If you get follow-ups, it's fine. Right? Anyway. But I think it could take just a very simple balance adjustment. But they haven't shown that they're willing to do that in this game yet. And they don't do that in Dokkan. They do easy A's, but they don't do patches like widespread. Here's 5 things we're changing on this character. 2 things we're changing on Reno. 2 things we're changing on 4-star Kafka. Like, they don't do balance adjustments yet. So we'll see. But I think that's all it would really take is just that the devs actually sitting down and playing with this character, unless she functions the way that they truly want her to function with that. Because maybe they were concerned she was just too powerful and implemented this stuff on purpose. But if that's the argument, then what in the flying hell happened? What the hell happened when you made this dude? What happened? Like, what happened? Seriously, what happened? I need to know. I need answers. What the hell happened when they made this dude? Because the problem with this guy is when he's power crept, everyone else is trash. Every other damage dealer character is trash. Outside of their own utility, of course, like action order and freezes on Reno, you know, plate breaking again. Just pure damage, they're trash. Because this guy is so far and away the best character at that. And a character like Ashiro who has no utility, she only does stuff for herself. She doesn't have dual elements, nothing. She's just going to she is bludgeoned when this guy goes down. Because that means there's somebody so unbelievably good that why would you ever dig to the bottom of the barrel for Ashiro, right? So I don't know what the hell happened here. And then like also on this same like rant wavelength, they clearly did that to this Kikaru too. Her attack stat is so abysmal. It's hilariously bad. 1954 is ridiculous, right? Could it go higher? Sure. It could go a bit higher with this, but she's getting 47% from that. They tried to patch her by giving her the stupid armored set, but I don't even like the armored set. I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. I don't. It's nice. It makes her do like maybe 10k more damage on average, but her attack stat's too freaking low, right? But they clearly did that because she has penetration damage, which low-key kind of sucks. I've explained that a dozen times. But she throws an ultimate every other turn. So they were like, nah, she's too powerful with all these ultimates. She's the best character in the game at that. She's throwing them every other turn. So they neutered her. And so, like, what is with this selective balancing? So I do wonder what happened with Ashiro. Was it on purpose? It could have very well been. So anyway, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. If you want to see this Kikaru in action, if you want to see other characters in action, make sure you click the video on the screen right now. Hopefully the audio wasn't out for too long. Dude, the recording software is just breaking on Mac. I'm not sure why. But anyway, I'll see you all later.